My question is to the Prime Minister. In an interview with Neil Mitchell 3 weeks ago, the Prime Minister confessed he had not read the Uluru Statement from the heart in full. The Prime Minister said, "Why would I?" Has the Prime Minister now read the statement from the heart in full? And does the Prime Minister accept his failure to read the statement in full has contributed to his failure to convince Australians to vote yes in the referendum?
Order. There's far too much noise on my left, and ministers are continually interjecting during questions. It will not continue. Give the call to the Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I have read the Uluru Statement from the heart in full. It's on the wall in my office, and here it is. And here it is. And here it is.
Order.
And the nonsense opposite, Mr Speaker.
Order. The member for
just saw
Petrie.
an example where the Leader of the Opposition stood at this dispatch box and attempted to verbal the Minister for Indigenous Affairs by putting words in her mouth that she did not say. It's called Hansard, Mr Speaker. The Leader of the Opposition seems to be unaware of it. And on page 1 of the Herald and the Age today reported the no campaign strategy, a deliberate strategy of promoting fear over fact. No callers urged to use fear over fact. And that is what we are seeing. That is what we are seeing. The no campaigners out there saying this: when reason and emotion collide, emotion always wins, is one of the quotes that are there.
The member for Page.
They are very consciously over there with the Advance campaign. The Advance campaign out there, made up of former Liberal Party people and some others from some very strange groups. But there are people who have backgrounds on this in the Liberal Party, a former Chief of Staff, indeed, to a Liberal Prime Minister, Chris Kenny, who's made a very clear statement. He says this about the nonsense about the Uluru Statement. He says this: the claim is false. The documents they refer to are background papers and meeting summaries from consultations leading up to Uluru. They have been public all along, including 5 years of the coalition government, and no one has signed up to them.
Order.
The longest statement claim is a confection aimed at sustaining a scare campaign, but incredibly some persist with it. That is what Chris Kenny has had to say about this nonsense. But there they are, telling their campaigners to promote fear rather than hope, to promote division rather than unity, to promote the entrenching of failures rather than the better future, to promote ignoring rather than listening, to promote exclusion rather than recognition. The Uluru Statement from the heart is a gracious statement of around 440 words. But the constitutional recognition referendum question is very clear as well. Recognition, and then there shall be a voice, then it may make representations on matters affecting Indigenous people. And the third is the primacy of the Parliament.
Concluded.